Hi, I'm Bill. Wanted to talk with you a little bit today on Prospecting 101. That's kind of what I call it. And prospecting, what you're doing is it's a vital part of your business in prospecting. And people will look at this business and it seems obvious how this business should work. You should be able to get involved, get your friends, relatives, neighbors involved with you, and everybody should go out and prosper. But it doesn't work that way. It's not an obvious business. It's a business that you have to learn. Your friends, neighbors, relatives, and so on may or may not become customers of yours. It's very unlikely that they'll join you in the business. Not because the business is that good, but because they're going to wait and see how you do in it before they decide to get involved with you. So prospecting is important to you so your business will grow. And to kind of give you an idea, when prospecting is not something that you decide, well, today I'm going to go prospecting. Prospecting is just the way that you are. In prospecting and looking for people, just be aware that number one, you have a business and it requires people to get involved with you for your business to increase. So when you're prospecting, you want to be out in public to where you feel like you can attract other people towards you. So you don't want to be repulsive to people. You want to dress appropriately. You want to conduct yourself appropriately. You don't want to go looking like a bum. You don't want to look like you just got off a truck somewhere. But you want to go out and just make yourself presentable. And the second thing you want to do is just listen to what people are saying. You don't have to worry about what you're going to say. Just listen to what people are saying. There's enough people out there right now that have serious problems with day-to-day life that you may or may not be able to help to solve some of those situations. Just by listening to what people say, that automatically tells you what you can respond with and what they need to be hearing from you. So in prospecting, what's the process in that? Prospecting was a term developed a long time ago for people trying to find minerals in the ground. It could be oil, it could be whatever. But prospecting came along, and when you think about prospecting, you think about people trying to find gold and silver and diamonds and emeralds and rubies. And all these things are actually pin levels in our business. So what you're actually doing is, instead of going out looking for elements, you're out there looking for people that want to better themselves. You don't need to be out there looking for projects to tie you up for the rest of your life, but you're looking for people that just want to better themselves, a little bit better way of life, provide for their family just a little bit better, and just use your ears, listen to what people are saying. And primarily just to kind of to indoctrinate you on what I do with a formula. It's called FORM, F-O-R-M. And when I'm out in public and I just cross paths with someone that I think relates with me, and you'll know right away if someone relates with you or not. They either accept the things that you're saying or they just kind of ignore you. What I like to do is I like to start off the very first thing with paying the person a compliment. And it's not a made-up compliment, it's a genuine compliment. I might say something like, "What's a nice pair of earrings that you have?" Or, "I like the tie that you're wearing," or, "It's a neat watch," or, "A nice ring." Or they just conduct themselves that day that well, or their hairdo looks nice, or tired. Just something genuine that I pay that person a compliment. And if they give me the right answer back saying, "Well, that's nice that you noticed," something like that, then that's the person might want to talk to further. If it's someone to say that, "Well, that's a nice necklace you have," and I say, "Well, my daughter gave that to me 4 years ago and I just wear it because she's like," I mean, it's just a different mindset. You're looking for someone that actually accepts the compliment as a real thank you for noticing type of thing. And then at that point, I may not do anything with that person that particular day. I just made myself aware that I'm aware of them. And then say the situation might be a checkout lady at Publix. And I might go through and say, "Well, I like the way your hair looks today," or you know, "Thanks for smiling to me today," something like that. And I'll see other responses. And if it's a positive thank you response, then the next time in Publix, I'll go by and try and hit that same person on the register one more time and go by and say hi to him again. And the next time I come by there, I'll say something again and make sure she's still upbeat. So, "Oh, I remember you last time I was here, you had the nice smile." She says, "Oh yeah, thanks for noticing." And I might say, "Well, by the way, this first little F here is going to stand for family." And I might say something like, "What does your husband do while you're here working at Publix?" And they'll tell me that he works or he's retired or whatever the situation might be, but they'll tell me that because I've already opened the door with a compliment, so I'm not threatening to them. So I'll ask them a question about some member of their family, their husband or whatever, and then say the lady says, "Well, my husband, he works over here at the factory or whatever, does what he needs to do, and I see him in the evenings, and that's fine." And I might ask them if they have any kids, if the kids are grown up. things like that. And some of the things I'm listening for, yeah, I'm talking about some things, but I'm geared toward them as a person. I'm not talking about business, I'm talking about them as an individual. And I'm talking about their family. So when I'm asked about their mate, I'm going to ask about their kids. And lots of times when you just ask questions in this area right here, where I asked about the father or the kids or the husband or whatever, they're going to say, well, my husband's working, he's doing real good, and but he's concerned about other people in his factory, being laid off. So that I'm going to log that in the memory banks. Or she might say, yeah, my son just got out of college because he's having a hard time finding a job and he's trying to start a family and things like that. I'm going to log that in my memory banks. In fact, when I get out to my car, I'm going to write down those little things about this. I'm going to put the ladies, I might just say, Lady Jan at Publix, Thursday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, son can't find work. That might be my only thing I got out of that day. So if I didn't find anything here family-wise, that I heard maybe that the husband is great, he's working good, the kids are all grown up, they're living in another state, everything is fine with them, they're all traveling the world every day, that's fine. The next thing I go to is their occupation. And I might ask the person I'm talking to, how long have you been here? And they may say, well, I've worked here for 12 years. And I might say, well, gee, after 12 years, you should own this place, right? And I'll laugh a little bit and they'll say, no, I just work here. And sometimes they like the things that they do. And sometimes, because you pay them a compliment, they may come back and say, well, I've been here for 12 years, I'm not advancing like I thought I would. I really am looking for something else and so on. Again, that's a thing that I can log in my memory banks. That this person, so-and-so, Publix, Jan, whatever the day was, said this. And I'm going to log that down. If this was all positive, the family is great, they like the job, all that kind of stuff is positive. This other thing, this last thing here I want to talk about is called recreation. And I'm just going to ask them something simple. What do you guys do for fun? You like your job, your husband likes his job, you like working here, he likes doing what he's doing. You know, your family situation is great, you've been married forever. Where do you guys go? What do you do for recreation? And they might say something like, well, we take cruises every year, or we go to Disney every other month, or we travel to our timeshare such and such. Or they may say something like, well, we really can't afford to take vacations, we got to stay home each year, and maybe one year we clean the roof, the next year we do the backyard, the next year we work on an addition, or we clean the windows or stuff like that. And they really don't have a recreation, but they might like a recreation. So you're using your listening powers again. What is their recreation? So you're looking at these group of questions that you've gone through this person, and this is usually done in like 2, 3 contacts. Number one, you've gone in and given them a compliment to begin with, and then you've gone through this situation trying to find out what that person's needs are. Then after all this is done, you can go back the very next time and say, hey, I remember when I was in here the last time, you were saying about your son having a difficulty finding employment. Or he's educated and he's got this degree and so on, but he's having trouble finding employment. She said, well, yeah, that's still the situation. I said, do you think he'd be open to an interview with me? And she'll say, what about? And I'll say, well, I help people to develop sideline incomes and even help them after they establish careers. And I've been doing that for 28 years. Maybe I have something he could take advantage of, maybe not, but at least like to interview him. Do you think he would be open for an interview? And in 99 times out of 100, I'm sure that he will let me check with him. So I've taken this person, from this total stranger that I just met a couple weeks ago into a vital prospect. Not necessarily her, but her son. But I'm going to let her make the introduction. So the person that I met there, I'm going to let them introduce me to the son, but I'm going to meet them someplace casually. Maybe a restaurant, maybe a coffee shop, things like that. I'm going to sit down and have her introduce the son to me, and then I'm going to interview the son. And I'm just basically going to do a 10-minute interview on whether we think we could work well together. And if we do, then I'm going to schedule a separate time for me to get directly with the son and explain the entire marketing plan to him. So this is how you can take a perfect stranger that you've never met and take him from someone who is interested in giving you the information that you need to see if there's something you can do to help satisfy the problems in this person's life, into finding something directly for them or indirectly for someone that they know. And actually turn this person now, this son right now, is now a viable prospect. They're still not in the business, but they're a viable prospect. They've qualified, they have a need, they have a want, and they actually have a reason to pursue the things that you have to talk to them about. And then at this point here, once you've had your meeting with them to see if the two of you can work well together, and at that meeting where the mother introduces me to the son, I just do an antiquated thing. I just want to get to know them a little bit. I want to find out what their needs are. I want to find out what their wants are in life. I want to sell myself to them as being legitimate. I want them to try and sell themselves to me that they really, really want something different than what they have. And once we've done that, then I'm going to schedule time where I can sit down and explain the business to them. And that's kind of it. If you have particular questions on any of the prospecting aspects that we do, I'm more than happy to sit down and go into details with things. But this is kind of an overview of how we can take a perfect stranger that you don't know today and turn them around into someone that's actually seriously considered joining you in your business. And it all starts with the appearance that you're making to that person. You only get one chance to make a first impression. So good luck. Try this out. I know it works. Questions? Give me a call. I'm always here. Talk to you soon. Bye.